longer in Parliament today because the majority was trying to push for the allocation of time for next week's debate on the State of the Nation address by President John Dramani Mahama. Yesterday, President Mahama gave his first State of the Nation address, and the minority disagree with the majority's decision for time allocation when the debate on the State of the Nation begins. The debate, that decision for time allocation was included in the Business Committee's report or statement for the ensuing week for it to be adopted by the House today. Listen to Majority Leader Mahama Ayariga push for that.
We are taking away the power of the Speaker to recognize somebody standing so that he can give the President an opportunity to contribute. So, Mr. Speaker, 115 has nothing to do with this decision. Indeed, this decision is wholly governed by 216 2B. So it is obvious. Mr. Speaker, let me conclude by saying that whatever it is, let's be fair. We have a lot of new members on this side. We also have new members on this side. When we restrict the allocations the way that you are proposing, what it will happen invariably is that it means that a member on your side gets two opportunities when a member on this side gets only one. And that's not fair. That's not fair. A member on your side gets two opportunities when a member on this side gets only one opportunity. That's not fair. Mr. Speaker, let me get to the subject matter. A debate on the State of the Nation presented by the President. There are two sides. There is a side that will be seeking to disprove what the President has said, and there's a side that will be seeking to confirm what the President has said. Mr. Speaker, let me indicate that we on this side stand by our position that when it comes to government business and we are allotting time, let's allot it equitably so that we have, based on our numbers, a greater allocation of time than your side. And that is why during the committee meeting, we had our disagreements and when according to the procedures spelled out in our standing orders, we put it to a vote. And 7 votes in favor of that proposed allocation of time, and then 4 on your side decided not to participate in the vote and asked that the record should indicate that they protested and they disagreed with the decision. But 7 of us voted in favor of the position that you have 68, that we have 68% of the time, and that you have 32% of the time, reflecting the different sizes of the parties in this chamber. Mr. Speaker, like you said, it is not the amount of time, it is the quality of the debate. If you believe that it is the quality of the debate, then why are you worried about how much time we are taking? Why are you worried about how much time we are taking? We are worried about time. You say you are more interested in the quality. So within your short time frame, make sure that your debate is highly qualitative and leave us to decide what we do with our time. So, Mr. Speaker, that was the position that was taken.
That's the majority leader, Mahama Ayariga, but the minority is challenging that decision.
For the avoidance of doubt, the media is covering. Yes. For the avoidance of doubt, the business statement is what has been adopted. And the business statement says that the allocation of time for the debate on the message on the State of the Nation motion, it shall be 63% here and 32% here. That's what it is. That's what it is. Mr. Speaker, 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 we are guided. You guide us in this house, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I think you guide us in this house. Mr. Speaker, I don't want to say what the minority leader said. He has a Mr. Speaker, honorable, let's put the chapter. Yeah, Mr. Speaker, you have the majority leader. And Mr. Speaker, what I'm simply trying to put across is that you have guided us, and you said the speaker here means the leader of the institution parliament, that Mr. Speaker has said, and you were present to the effect that 1 year, and that is what it stands. Whatever is contained in here was not what the speaker said. In order 115, when a member stands to speak, now on the speaker, so the majority leader assertion of his time allocation 68 to 32 is not approved. It's not fair. It's not approved. Honorable. 1 year. They got approved. Honorable members, the presentation by the majority leader was to the effect that whatever decision that was taken at the business committee was not to be brought to the chamber for us to take a decision on. I mean, it has been presented, members have raised issues, personally I have also raised my own issues. And whatever it is, the business statement ought to be adopted. So we adopted it with all. But like I said, if I am presiding or my member is presiding, they are standing on the 115, the person must catch the speaker's eye. Of course, I also encourage leadership because this has a far-reaching consequence. And therefore, I encourage leadership to meet and take decisions on this. Even after the discussion of the honorable members, even after the discussion of the president's message, I think we need to holistically take a decision on this. So that is my discussion. Yes.
So that's what transpired. Earlier, you heard the first deputy minority chief whip Habib Idrisu when the majority leader Mahama Ayariga had proposed that 63 or 68% allocation of time to the majority. We can now listen to the minority leader himself, Alexander Kwame Apejomaki.
Had made some strong arguments about the transition and the fact that they had lost elections, certain decisions were to be placed on ice, and they were fortified by that to see that government business could not continue. I've listened to the forceful argument by Honorable Edem Agbana. I've also heard my own friend, the Honorable James Agaga, talking about the majoritarian rule. Fortunately, everything said today will be part of the Hansard of this house. The practice, as I've known it to be, is that in this house, although we come here, majority, minority, when it comes to debates, there is equal share. Since 1997, when the first opposition party was in this house, we had a 61 plus 6 smaller parties, making the minority 67, with overwhelming majority being the NDC with 133. The Speaker, D.F. Annan of blessed memory, the records would bear me out, that in all debates, you pick one from the right, you pick one from the left. The practice continued under Allocation, and then eventually under Okwe, where the NPP had overwhelming numbers in this house. The very first in the history of our politics, NPP had 169. Mr. Speaker, the practice did not change. With the 169, the debate was still shared equally. And I do recall that even committee sittings, committee sharing, some consensus was built and some concessions had to be made by the majority to accommodate some more numbers for the minority. Mr. Speaker, delegation to sub-regional parliament and all, we all had some understanding of the way to go. Well, I am not going to challenge the majority on this. I will not. Because as Ngugi wa Thiong'o wrote in Weep Not Child, weep not child, weep not my darling. With these cases, let me remove your tears. The ravaging clouds shall not long be victorious, they shall not long possess the skies. If today you are of the view that in this debating chamber they should call 7 of you and call only 3 because you have the rule, I will not debate or let us break shoulders over this matter, because I know that in as long as there is life, even if I am dead and gone, and this democracy that we have all established is in force, the NPP will someday come into power. Be it 4 years, 8 years, 50 years, 100 years, NPP will someday come. And the records of this house, will be the guiding rule. So, Mr. Speaker, I would strongly urge upon the majority leader that some of these new presidents that they are introducing, they must be measured in the way they are introducing these presidents, because we are watching, we are taking notes, and a day may come that references will be made.
As the minority leader Alexander Kwamina Apenyo marking, the Bank of Ghana Hospital